a MEChistAs thought and point of view. How they supposedly see the world. Alright, first I'm gonna drop it with some food for thought. About how all MEChistAs got started. Some of the stuff I'm gonna tell you is not written, or it is, but it's in some archives in universities and colleges, and high schools. Before the civil rights era started, or when it started, the Chicano movement started to come out, in full force. Also Cesar Chavez's movement. Before MEChistAs was formed as a organization, as movement with a founding document, El Plan de Santa Barbara, El Plan de Aztlán, before it was UMAS and other organizations combining together as the organization, the founding organizations that took on the MEChistAs name, in the 1960s, in the beginning, were really doing marches, demonstrations, protests, student walkouts. Even when Cesar Chavez had some marches, there was always MEChistAs, putting it down, marching, boycotting, helping support the movement of the UFW, the foundings. The MEChistAs also helped with that, and what's really sad about that is they don't get their props, as much as an organization. Other organizations, or other news people always end up keeping them out, such as Fox News or, the Republicans, Democrats, We should give credit where credit's due, I'm going to be going deep in the roots of the founding documents and everything, El Plan de Santa Barbara, El Plan de Aztlán and all that, After the meeting in Colorado, that jump-started the MEChistAs movement, El Plan de Santa Barbara was wrote, in Santa Barbara. Students, higher education people and stuff like that, put that together and then make that one of the founding documents, how MEChistAs is run, and how it should be, and which people are invited and how you become a member of this organization. And also Plan de Aztlán, teaches more about, Plan de Aztlán, Aztlán, the land that was promised by us by birthright. And the purpose of that was really to show that we're really organized, we're really well organized in the movement. We know what we're talking about. And for the Chicano movement, it was a jump start because it really opened up our eyes as Chicanos, Chicanas, Mexicanos, Mexicanas, to finally open up our eyes that we have a right, we can exercise our amendment rights, versus before we were treated as second-class citizens. But as we grew, into a mass movement, if you think about it, it makes you wonder, how can something small get really big? Well, during the 1960s, it was a big explosion of the Chicano movement. We had school walkouts, demonstrations. Here in San Jose, we had Roosevelt High School before it was knocked down. We had those two African Americans, scholars, students who ran in the Olympics. They have a big, statue of them up there in San Jose State. After they found out they were with the Black Panther movement, they stripped them from the medals, and after that they gave them back to them because they knew they were right and they were just practicing their civil rights. As being a coordinator, comm center, and all that for the MEChistAs Thoughts here in the Bay Area, I have talked to MEChistAs. I have discussed many issues with them regarding the Chicano movement. I have worked with people. I have worked with youth. I also have talked with chapters. I also do what I can to help out with recruitment with chapters. Me being in that space, I also have help with other MEChistAs, because I couldn't do everything myself. I'll go crazy, haywire. So, what's going on now in the Mecha movement is we still getting strong. We just focus mainly on just what's going on. Actions, history, culture, roots, something that we can never forget. Traditions. We got to keep the tradition alive. And one thing about Mecha sparking the student movement, and being a stronghold in the student movement is we're just like the Black Student Union, but except, we're nationwide, from the West Coast to East Coast, from Washington down to Aslan. And what we do is we mostly focus more on youth and, like I said, other issues, making it broad. The MEChA is a national organization, and we are well structured throughout that organization. We got Pacific Northwest, we got Califas, we got Aslan, we got the East Coast, and what I try to bring to this movement, is my knowledge, expertise, and stuff like that I can share with the youngsters that are new to the movement, the youngsters that when, a MEChistAs recruiting, they're interested, they ask for information, they want to know more. What I do is I make it broader for them to understand it easily. I have information that can also help out with recruitment as one of the coordinators here in the Bay Area. Also for my region, Alta Califas Norte, to help out, and just basically, whoever who opposes us, as an organization, we're going to take heat, we're going to take flight, to execute what we need as a national organization, especially out here in the Bay Area. I guess that's about it. I'll have more segments to come, whatever comes my way, whatever comes my knowledge. Regard to distractions, it's like a rainy day and it's like a dog's barking, but I apologize. That's about it. Other than that, you have a wonderful day. Take care.